Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. This is one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Powell again, Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and Coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Guys?
All right, Holly. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Tide will have to call their first timeout after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This crowd bringing an ear. Now here's Reed. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Flying down the right side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football, you come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Let's talk about Alabama. They've made it to the middle of the season. #1 team in the land. But now is when you have to work on staying there.
Yeah, it's been a really, really good start. Impressed with them. Impressed with offense, defense, special teams. Complete unit so far. But, Jesse, 7 games in, we ain't crowning a national champion.
No doubt about it. And listen, they've looked good for most of the first half of the year. Obviously, that's why they've got that number beside their name now. But when you're the #1 team, all that means is the games get bigger and bigger as you go. So still lots of meat on the bone for this team.
He'll run it again. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
I know 4 yards doesn't seem like a lot, but, man, it's so nice when you can dictate to a defense. And 4 yards, back-to-back plays, now set up where the whole playbook's available. I can do whatever I want. I can be aggressive. I love when offenses stay in that third down and short range.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Snap to the back. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Hey, you got to love that third down, man. Third and short, you've got to be the more physical team. And listen, it's magnified, right? Because the offense just gave up a touchdown. On the opening drive, like, you don't want to punt the football. So nice job being physical on third and short, getting that next set of downs.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10.
Bingo, Ruben. Bingo, Ruben.
The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The freshman running back being attended to. We hope he's able to get back in the game shortly. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one.
Here we go. Ready. Blue 30. Blue 30. Lily.
Back has it. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Texas A&M's offense takes the field, ready to get this drive going. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down.
Really good looking run there. This guy reminds me a little bit of an old Texas A&M Aggie great, Leland McElroy. He was so dangerous in space. It was so difficult to bring down to the ground. All 11 guys on defense had to rally to the football. This guy has a little bit of that too. If they can find more creative ways to get this guy out in the open field, watch out, because he's a home run waiting to happen.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. On the ground, it's Owens. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
What a nice play on the pick. Didn't find much running room. They'll let it slide. They've got it at the 29.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. They burned a couple early, now down to just one timeout to work with. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wideout. Keelan Russell fires toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long.
Red 18, red 18.
Looking for a man, it's Russell. He's not afraid to go deep. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. And if that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Looking for space. It's Owens. There's some room. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. And the Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a 1st down.
Hey, you could see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Throwing Reed. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. They'll bring him down just outside the 25 at the 26, certainly well within field goal range. But let's see if they choose to go for it here.
Offensive coordinators don't really have play sheets for 3rd and 75. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but when you put yourself in a bad situation, backed up like this, you know, with mistakes and negative plays, not many plays in the playbook you can call.
4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. Fourth down, Reed. Moving away from pressure. Got out of trouble and throws. And make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They take over down 7-0 and trying to get even on this drive. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now the Tide uses its third and final timeout. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. That false start gives them a little extra work to do here on 2nd and 11. Russell throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, defense wasn't fooled on that pass play. Great job by the defender knocking it away.
Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll test the right side. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Quarterback gets enough. He'll be out of bounds. Good pickup on that play, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Owens. There's a crease. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Reed. Here's the pressure. Trying to make Matt. Breaks into the open. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They'll run it in the red zone. It's Owens. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Quarterback keeper, and he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Looking for room. It's Owens. He's dragged down at the 12. Chip shot field goal range, but might they go for it here on 4th down? They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Splits the uprights. Good. But wait a second, there's a flag on the field. Let's check that one out. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We begin with Iowa taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And it's the Hawkeyes with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor. And this one gets them to 5 wins on the year, which isn't cause for a campus-wide celebration, but it's proof the coaching staff is getting through to this team. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Snap to the back. Plows through the defense. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Throwing Russell. Unloads to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Making side adjustments here. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Unloads to the right. Makes a connection. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out of their own 37. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Keelan Russell. Looking left. It's caught downfield. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Really nice play getting that first down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the quarterback position. A big reason why, though, those guys have been playing so well, they're throwing to NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next first-round pick at the wide receiver position from Bama.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Again, it's Russell. Takes the easy completion. Hard-hitting tackle.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
And guys, that completion might have helped the old confidence, but it didn't help the down and distance. 2nd and 10 here. Russell. Oh, they're after him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
It's a reverse. Jukes his way for more. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
A lot of times you have these guys start, these wide receivers, they're game breakers, and you want to find ways to give them the football, whether it be screens, whether it be jet sweeps. Just find ways to give him the football because he can get 5 yards in a hurry when you need those plays, especially when you want to mix it up on the defense and keep you guessing.
To the ground to try to move the chains. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Here's Reed to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Now here's Reed. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing Russell. Firing to the right, complete. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Russell. Pressure coming. He sacked. This defense all over him.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Keelan Russell. He makes the grab, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. 4th down, Russell. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose. Texas A&M will use its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Looking for a gap. It's Owens. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You've got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best runner runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Reed. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you could just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. Run in the red zone. It's Owens. Touchdown, Aggies. And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground with the running back. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Runs through the tackle. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
This is a designed run. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Running inside, it's Hill. Inside the 45. Ran through the top. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He ran through 2 men on his way to the end zone.
And finally, man, this offense, they have struggled all day. They've been shut out all game. Finally put a drive together, got some points on the board, got some good mojo. Maybe they can take this into next week. I know it's been a bad day, but sometimes these type of things can carry over.
He stopped short on the 2-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the 2.
Texas A&M
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
He breaks a tackle. Could be an alley. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, I think the coaches sort of got together and decided, hey, on this drive, we're going to establish the run. We're going to be more physical. First two plays of the drive are run plays, and both have had success. The players have gotten the message very, very clearly. We have got to come out here, and we've got to win the line of scrimmage.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Once you start getting closer to the end zone, you start bringing in more big bodies, right? They're going to run the football more. The field shrinks. I can run different coverages, but really nice job saying, that's fine. You bring in the big bodies. I'm going to toss the ball in the perimeter for a nice positive game.
That was hardly a performance worthy of a #1 team in the country, and now they have to look themselves in the mirror and see if they can get this thing right.
Yeah, they got hammered. Like, this was not competitive. This was a bad performance, and the committee watches every single week. And being the #1 team in the country, obviously you got some pressure on you, but this squad's got to perform better. They got to show up, man. This was an embarrassing loss, and Jesse, they're going to have to get some things fixed if they want to go try to compete for the ultimate prize.
I think the problem, if you're the head coach of this former #1 team, is that you've got a lot of